Um, Speaking of catching, Adrian Peterson wants more touches. How many touches did he have last year? But he now wants to catch the ball a lot. So, Rick, what do you think of Adrian's ability to catch the ball?
Sounds wonderful. He definitely improved because when he started, he was raw as could be. Um, it would be a wonderful, wonderful way to get him man-to-man coverage, out there with a linebacker if it happened. But I think it's really hard to do for two reasons. One, they don't seem to have a lot of confidence in him doing it. And two, every time they throw him the ball, they didn't get a chance to hand him off the ball. So it just, it'll be tough to do a lot of that. The more they can do of it, the better off we'll be. I have no doubt of that. I don't know that that's the strongest part of Ponder's game. If he didn't figure out how to do a lot of it when we had Favre, I don't know how much of it he's going to do with Ponder right away, but it sounds like a very good thing. Peterson always does an awesome job of being very confident and asking for more, and this is another example of why he's a great running back.
Well, the Vikings hope to not hand the ball off nearly as much as they had last year to Adrian Peterson. If they're a better team, they probably won't be, right? So I don't know. Add another. It's getting him out in space. I just think that I think a lot of it is on Ponder, is getting it to him on time and stuff. Because a lot of the times I remember him catching it out of the backfield, he seemed to get hit right away.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah, because as a running back, you can see everything usually. You can see if somebody's coming, but as your receiver and you're not looking, there's more options to get blindsided. And I think injured. I think he should stick to the backfield and just be able to play for more years. I think he thinks he's invincible. Obviously, he is able to get injured, and I think the more he plays, he's a great running back. He's the best there is, but the more options he has for a crazy cornerback to blindside him, they're going to take those chances to get their highlight reel and say they took out Adrian Peterson. So I don't think it's a good idea to get him out receiving balls. Give the ball to Joe Webb.
There you go.
I would throw in that it also depends on the progression of his blocking. If he could be out there more on third down, where he picks up a block and then he peels out underneath and ends up with a screen and stuff like that, it would be wonderful. It did seem like last year he made more progress blocking, but he's got a long way to go. And his number one thing is running the ball with the ball. So
it is, to me, it's a bit amazing, as driven as he is to be the best possible player in the history of the universe, why he hasn't worked more on his blocking, because it is sort of a sore spot. And to complain about that with Adrian Peterson is sort of a nice luxury to have, but still. The passes that he's had in the past, though, too, have been pretty much two screens, and then when he sits down in front of the linebacker, basically, and waits for the ball. I've always wanted to see him with his speed go deep, like they used to do with Chuck Foreman back in the day, and have him as another deep option. But they did it once that I can remember, and
that's why they never want to do it again.
Yeah.
It was about a 15-yard underthrow by Ponder. Peterson was wide open. And it was a horrible pass.
Yes. Let's wrap it for this week. Adrian, I've seen you doing a lot of stuff on Facebook for DJing. What's life like in that world these days?
Yeah, it's busy. Everybody, of course, loves summer weddings and the 2 months of summer we have here in Minnesota. I guess it's still spring and all that, but I have a lot of weddings coming up. If anybody's in need of a DJ, feel free to contact me, eventsbymv.com. I've got some things coming up this summer with Ben and Jerry's location in Minneapolis. I'll be DJing there a few times a week to help them get some people there, get some tasty ice cream and other fun things this summer. So let me know if you need any assistance.
Very good. I also saw you had a picture of you and Dave Winfield on Facebook. What was that all about?
Yeah, I think I tweeted that Dave Woodfield and I are very similar, with both from St. Paul. Literally grew up right down the street from each other. His brother still lives near where I used to live. Both went to Central, both athletes, both went to college in athletics in Minnesota. But then between both of us, we have a World Series championship and lots of hits in baseball. Of course, he has the bulk of that. But he spoke at. I went to Concordia and I work at Concordia now. He spoke at the graduation. He was a commencement speaker, and he was just there and wanted to see the area and meet with some students and staff. So I was able to meet with him when he had some interesting advice on life, and he's a great speaker. Yeah.
Cool. And his connection with the Vikings is.
He was drafted by the Vikings, or was he? Yeah, he was drafted by the Vikings, NBA team, ABA team, and of course MLB. The only person to be drafted in four different leagues. Yeah, no hockey for him.
What's up with that?
That must really hurt him.
Yeah.
So Rick, what's exciting at Neighbors these days?
We're doing a skydive on July 27th. Skydive for charity. NeighborsNews.org. You can fundraise from your friends. Try and raise about $750, and then you get to come skydiving with us. We're raising money for the food shelf and some of our other programs.
That's great. I am deathly afraid of heights. So I've always been fascinated with with the idea of skydiving to get over it. So I'm still debating that.
It'll be a lot of fun.
And again, my name is David Erickson, your host. You can follow Minnesota Vikings chat at minnesotavikingschat.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/Minnesota Vikings chat, on Twitter at twitter.com/MNVikingsChat, and use the Vikings chat hashtag when you talk about the Vikings so we know you're out there. And until next week, go Vikings.
Go Vikes.
Go Vikes.